Hey, what's going on, guys? All Gamer here, and today we are doing our JoJo Part 3 Stardust Crusaders, probably the most famous part of JoJo, review. Obviously, we're being joined by Heresy Llama, another JoJo watcher, as he joined us in Part 2, and I really enjoyed making that video with him. So we're back again to talk about Part 3. Surprisingly, we both finished 48 episodes in a week. So, yeah, this is a week after the Part 2 review. We actually managed to watch it in a week, which I'm quite impressed with. But yeah, we're just going to share our thoughts on the story, the characters, give our general opinion, then give a tier list ranking at the end. So far we have had Part 5 A tier, Part 1 A tier, Part 2 S tier. I haven't heard your opinions, but for me,
I agree with those.
Yeah, I think all of those are right, and then A tier for this one is my opinion, but we'll see if that's changed at the end of the video. So yeah, first we're just going to, do an overview of the story, say what happened, say what we generally liked about it, and then we'll move on to... So we're going to... Unlike my Part 5 review, I don't know why I didn't do this, but we're going to go through every stand for this one. Just because it is like the stand part, and also you need to give your opinion on every stand, clearly. But yeah, so
I agree.
I'll start, I'll say what happens in the story, then we'll give our general opinions.
Can I just make an input for context?
Yeah.
We decided to get a general view. I watched the dub while my friend here watched the sub.
Yeah, so I watched it in the superior form, the Japanese, and then you watched it in, I don't even want to call it English, it's American. But yeah.
I have seen some things.
Yeah, but yeah, so in this part, good old Dio, our friend who never seems to win, comes back. Here's the coffin he hid in at the end of Part 1, taken out at the bottom of the ocean, and some unlucky sailors decided to open it at sunset, which is just big brain.
Gotta say, those people made some interesting decisions.
Yeah, then he went off and got himself shot by an old woman and got a stand called Zerwaldo, or The World, it's just English. And basically, Dio has taken over Jonathan's body. Jonathan's body sends a signal, because apparently we're doing sci-fi now, to all the Joestars and activate stands, which we'll go over later.
And I think the signal is just, please help me.
Yeah. Please help. So basically we go on a massive trip from Japan all the way to Cairo, Egypt, to beat up an 100-year-old vampire. And it's actually very good, So, we both agreed on this when we talked yesterday. We watched it too slowly for our first watch through, I think, because I was under the impression, oh god, this is so slow, and this doesn't happen for ages, but I'm sat there watching a few episodes in a row. Jesus Christ, this is really fast and very enjoyable.
To be fully honest, I wasn't for some reason my brain had it rooted that Yellow Temperance was a bit further in than episode 9.
Yeah, stuff like that, Anne, the, what?
Child.
Yeah, the small one. I thought...
The child.
Yeah, I thought she wasn't till midway through the part, but no, she joins in, episode 7, doesn't she? 6. So it's whoa. So yeah, same goes to Part 4, actually. We've already started watching Part 4. And I've definitely noticed I watched it too slowly. I've already finished Chili Pepper in 2 days. I thought it took ages for them to beat Chili Pepper. But that's for the Part 4 review, so...
Yeah.
As you can already tell, I did like it. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it more than my first watch, because I actually watched it at the right speed for once. And I think, as a whole, like, main characters and then Dio were very epic. What about you?
I also agree. I did enjoy watching it more than I enjoyed watching it my first watch. One thing I quite liked was just the variety of stands. Like, there were some quite interesting stands in there.
Yeah, it does give a lot more options compared to Harmon, doesn't it? So...
Apologies about that noise if you could hear it. I just had an alarm go off.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, stands definitely grant a lot more variety compared to Harmon. Way more interesting. And that can be seen as I don't think we've really had a repetitive stand across all 8 parts that I know of.
Yeah, I can't think of one really.
Yeah, other than maybe like... there are 2 stands that basically do the same thing, and I've forgotten which ones they are.
Star Platinum and the World?
No, that's allowed. I'm talking cross parts.
Across parts, is it by any chance Sex Pistols and Emperor?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but there are stands that do similar things, but not entirely the same, so... yeah, anyway, kind of giving our general overview, now we're going to do a stand rush and go through every stand that isn't one of the 9 glory gods or one of the main characters. So this is going to be very fast, we'll probably only say a sentence each. But we're starting with Tower of Grey. Alright.
We just take a moment to appreciate the fact that they named a stand that is a Superfly Tower of Grey and a stand that is a Grey Tower Superfly.
Genius. Araki is just Galaxy Brain. So, this is the first evil stand we meet that isn't Kakyoin, but Kakyoin isn't evil now, so we'll leave him alone. Interesting concept. Very murdery. I like it. I'm not, like, disgusted by it.
Yeah, it was a good bit of gore they did.
Yeah, they're very good at that, aren't they?
But that was some proper gore.
Alright, that's Tower of Grey. Dark Blue Moon.
I mean, they found out about it quite quickly.
Yeah, so, this is a fish. And it's an evil fish.
Can't be. And it does come with the first, like, introduction of Starfinger.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'd say it's got quite boring abilities compared to everything else, I'd say. Like,
yeah, its stand ability is literally swimming.
And barnacles.
Yeah. But, like, I can do half of that.
Yeah. But the good thing
Shame
about
I never learned how to swim, though.
Yeah. Comedy. Yeah, the only good thing about it is that it got Starfinger used on it, which is the memeiest move ever. And also, where's Zawado Finger at, honestly? Alright.
Yeah, I don't think we want an answer to that question.
Yeah. Alright, that's Dark Blue Moon.
Strength.
Alright. Here we are. The intelligent monkey with some questionable
Strength
life choices.
Weird monkey.
Yeah, weird monkey. Now, our theory is that Dio hired this guy because Dio is monkey in Attack on Titan. Pretty sure.
For those of you who don't understand that he voices a character who looks quite a lot like a monkey.
Yeah, monkey. But yeah, in terms of, I'd say it's a wild concept for a stand, and how a monkey, of all things, has enough mental strength to control it surprises me, but I like the idea of an entire cruise liner. Or
just a disclaimer, we do know it's an orangutan, but we're not going to stop calling it monkey.
Yeah, it is a monkey. So yeah, very interesting concept. Also very powerful. I feel like if the user was human, it would be a lot more dangerous than it was. But instead, they went with creepy monkey. What about you? Do you like it?
Yeah, I'm quite a fan of the stand. I do think it could have been used in a few more interesting ways.
Yeah, it is kind of just there, and then it's not
But
there.
But it does have some mystery to it to start with.
Yeah.
Especially with that one sailor who just got annihilated.
Yeah, Hook go burr.
F in the chat for them.
Yeah, alright, that's strength.
Devil.
Alright, this thing, first watch, absolutely terrified me. It is basically Chucky. So,
I was just irritated by it.
I like the fight it has with Polnareff. That's a very good fight.
It is a good fight.
But what it actually does, and like when he cuts the guy's face off, and oh no, creeps me out a bit. So very cool. Also, one of my least favourite at the same time.
For me, it's just it could have been used in some interesting ways that they didn't use it in.
I mean, yeah, it
is a good stand, and they did use some interesting methods, but I just think they kind of didn't go all out on it.
Yeah, my question is, where did the user go after Polnareff knocked him off the balcony?
I think he kind of ducked down into another balcony.
Ah, honestly, very boring.
He rented the room below each of their rooms.
Big brain.
Wait, no, he arrived there previously and rented every room except ones that they could have.
Yeah. So he could find Polnareff. Alright, that's Ebony Devil. Yellow Temperance.
Yellow Temperance.
Alright.
Well, there's a few things to say about this one.
Yeah, why the user isn't wearing clothes is very confusing, but...
Maybe they're a nudist.
Yeah, it's fine. I hate this guy for killing the dog. Because the dog was completely innocent. I immediately hate a stand more if they just kill something that they haven't been sent to kill. Especially if it's an animal.
Really not like Tower of Grey then.
Well, no, just animals. I'm fine with it killing humans. That's fine.
No problem with human death.
Yeah, no, that's chill. It's dogs. But, the ability is quite an interesting one. Definitely unique, I'll say that much.
Although I do have some disappointing. They dubbed the Leros in the dubbed version.
They what?
And the noise that Kakyoin and Yellow Temperance make when they're eating the cherry.
No, they changed it.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is why we watch the sub, guys. Okay, you hear me?
Honestly, hearing them both say lick repeatedly is not as good.
Yeah. And this is like the first stand where it's less find its weakness, it's more outwit the user, I'd say. This is the first stand where it's like that.
Jotaro went for some interesting strategies, including drowning.
Yeah, I mean, he did the Joestar secret technique. I didn't even know he knew the Joestar secret technique.
Pretty sure every Joestar except Johnny knows the Joestar secret technique.
Yeah, he can't do it. I saw off topic. I saw a meme where it's like, "Johnny, run!" and then it's just the Mike Wazowski.
Oh god, no! I know.
Yeah, in a wheelchair. Damn! I wish I thought of that. But anyway, that's just a funny thing I saw. Yeah, it's alright. Alright, Hanged Man.
One sec, before we move on, can we just talk about the fact that nobody noticed Kakyoin slowly getting larger?
Yeah, honestly, 7 foot Kakyoin, can't believe no one noticed.
Okay, yeah, Emperor and Hangman.
Alright, well, Hangman first.
But that's the next.
Oh, hang on, it's these two that I was on about. Hangman and Man in the Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're similar but different. Hangman, gives people through the mirror.
Yeah.
Man in the Mirror makes people go into the mirror.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those two. Anyway, I really, really like this stand. First off, it has some backstory with killing Polnareff's sister, so I'm really like, ooh, when's he gonna show up? And then he shows up and has one of the coolest stands, I think, in the show. I just like its design, it's really cool.
And if you want to sum it up in a way that is significantly less threatening than it actually is, call it ranged shivving.
Exactly.
It's like putting a scope on a tactical knife.
Oh yes, big brain. Now here's a question. You know when it transfers between reflective surfaces?
Yeah.
Assuming physics, do you think it's moving at the speed of light?
Yeah, they do state that it is.
How on earth does Polnareff hit it then?
I don't know. Well, yeah, because even in theory, even if you're going at the speed of light, and in theory you go through to collide an object, it'd be moving so fast you'd effectively pass through it.
Yeah, but then again, a stand is not a solid object, really. So I'm recording.
His speed is incredibly inconsistent.
Yeah, but
along with Abdul moving at the speed of a bullet.
Yeah, well, Emperor's next, so we'll talk about that. Do you like the stand?
Okay, so some important things to mention about Emperor. It is a powerful stand, but has been used awfully.
Yeah, Whole Horse is just not good.
It has 0 on-screen kills.
And off-screen kills.
Only function. Yeah, a stand that's only function is killing.
Yeah, honestly, scarily, this would be one of the best stands if you could use it properly. It's a gun that can turn its Sex Pistols without actually having to place the individual humans.
Yeah, I mean, it does still have the revolver weakness of only being 6 shots, but it can. But also, it can literally just turn.
Yeah, so
because Sex Pistols is a ricochet, which does can cause a loss of power, whereas this is just it moving its power somewhere else.
Yeah, so actually very scary stand, but pathetic American user. Very ironic. But there we are. Alright, Empress.
Empress.
Grabbed a picture of it in the manga from the manga for this one because I couldn't find a screenshot of the anime when it's just it. So I found that and it's pretty epic.
Yeah, the setup stage for this was not pleasant.
Yeah, I love the episodes with it in because Joseph does the thing.
Yeah, he does the thing.
Yeah, so anyone who isn't a part skipper is like, yeah, my dude, let's go.
But one thing that is done in it that is a bother to me is it shows Hermit Purple in that episode specifically. It shows Hermit Purple can do a lot more than just spirit photography. So why don't they ever use that?
They use it in the Mariah fight. I remember that one very clearly. With like the moving rock and stuff. So they do use it again, but they like clearly Joseph just like smacking cameras a lot.
Yeah, and it is shown, and Dio uses it, that you don't have to destroy the camera.
Yeah. But destroy camera. So
it is Joestar we're talking about, so
yeah. If he can't smack it, he doesn't use it. Also, what do you think about Hermit Purple essentially being Spider-Man?
Yes, string.
Yeah, so it's an interesting movement option. Also, I find it weird that the person who kills an Aztec god is the one who doesn't get a combat stand.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Something doesn't add up there.
No, correction. Kills 2.
And essentially kills 1.
Yeah.
By a lot of luck, but definitely had the skill to kill another one. So yeah, what's up with that? But then again, I did kind of like... Actually, no, we'll talk about that later. Why are we talking about Hermit Purple when we're meant to be talking about Empress?
We want to get back on track.
In terms of Empress, I find it very boring. It's just kind of... Yeah, it's just there.
It is kind of a comic relief stand.
I mean, yeah, but Oingo and Boingo.
Yeah, but at least their stand, like... because one thing with stands, if it's dedicated to one specific thing, and there is no other, like, intelligent use for it, it does kind of have some downsides.
Yeah. Yeah, I just find Empress a bit boring, to be honest. It doesn't have any superpower. It just sticks to your arm and punches you. So, yeah. Another one of my least favourite just because it's a bit boring. Alright, Wheel of Fortune. So, this is Cars Requiem, in case you were unaware.
Although, he's literally, like, when he goes to the gym, he does nothing other than anything to do with his arms.
Yeah, can I just say, if Ultimate Cars had a stand, it would be this one. Yeah, it's a very fun concept. It's an evil car. Also, the fourth wall break in the episode is amazing. So, yeah. I like the whole, like, driving fight they have, which is pretty epic over the cliff.
And also, you know, that moment when Polnareff tries to get out, despite the fact that he's driving the car and he's meant to be holding on the brakes and keeping everybody else alive.
That is just called that is the big brain of the person who came up with Polnareff Land right there.
Yep, but that sounds like you're implying Polnareff Land is a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. I'm just saying he should do Polnareff World instead of Polnareff Land, honestly.
Polnareff Planet.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting thing. The problem with most of these stands is there's no substance. Like, there's no substance to them. They just show up, get beaten, and then next one. So I like it when one has backstories, but there's not a lot to talk about for the ones that don't, which is most of them. Which is kind of a downside to having the stand parts, because you just have to brush over a load of stands. Instead of like with part 1 and 2, you can do loads of scenes with the villains and, you know, set up a load of tension and backstory. So that is a problem with this part, but still it is fun to just have a different enemy show up every time.
It is. I like the variety of enemies. It gives us a bit of like a surprise every episode.
Yeah. Also, fourth wall break, so...
Who doesn't like a fourth wall break?
Yeah, alright, Justice. Alright, this is the one that makes Polnareff lick a toilet. Can I just mention...
Don't talk about that.
The menacing toilet, though, back in India. Almost...
Yeah, I don't think we should talk about these things.
Yeah, but almost as menacing as the menacing bread we have in D&D. Almost. Alright, this is Eneba's stand. Obviously she has quite a bit of backstory. We see her with Dio all the time. So it's like, oh, this is going to be a big boss stand. In hindsight, no, it's not, because Star Platinum can inhale very well. But it is a certainly dangerous stand.
Once again, don't think we should talk about what Star Platinum did.
Star Platinum's weird, okay? It can Starfinger and it can inhale a lot.
Yeah, don't say those in the same sentence.
Yeah, what is its lung capacity, though? Like, if it just... What's its lung capacity? How big are its lungs? If it can hold an entire stand in them.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but, it's a fun idea. Like, she creates an entire town out of a graveyard with a Justice. So certainly a powerful stand. But, it's beaten very stupidly. Yeah. Also, why did they drop half of Star Platinum's abilities going into Part 4? I want to see some Starfinger action. Like, instead of stopping time to defeat Rat, use Starfinger, honestly.
Yeah, but I feel we should talk about that in the Part 4 episode. We are getting a bit off track.
Yeah, well, it's a review. You meant to do that. Anyway, Lovers.
Lovers.
Or Steely Dan.
Or as they call him in the dub, Dan of Steel.
Yeah, Superman. Jotaro hates him, I'll tell you that much.
I quite enjoyed watching him probably being beaten to death.
I love, is it episode or episodes?
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
I love the episodes because it's like, you hate him for making fun of Jotaro so much and messing with him, but then it gets to the end, and then we see one of the JoJo memes, lowest scum in history, and it's like, then you see him beaten to death, which is just like,
yeah, well, depending on where he lives, if he lives anywhere without free healthcare, even if he survives that, the hospital bills will kill him.
Yeah. And then Jotaro just drops the receipt and it's like, oh! Oh my god! Ruin this man's whole career. So yeah, in terms of the stand, it's a bit. It's an odd one.
I am actually quite a fan of that stand. It's kind of like quite the twist on the usual stand.
Yeah, it is an interesting one, but I'm not sure about its ability to duplicate itself. Like, why would it need that? I understand they come up with the make you stand smaller thing, but it's not meant to fight anything. So, I'm not sure on that ability, but certainly an interesting concept, having a stand that's really, really weak. But its ability makes it probably one of the strongest if used properly.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to the sun.
The sun.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is peak comedy right here.
Yeah, I do have to agree.
2 identical rocks. That is the funny. That's almost as funny as turning yourself into a pickle. Like, as a stand, again, a really fun one, interesting one. Literally just replace the sun with the sun.
Replace the sun with the sun, but closer.
Yeah. And also actually very dangerous, but unfortunately the user is a comedian, so...
Yeah.
If
it wasn't for his brilliant comedy, he would have lived and beaten them.
Yeah, honestly. But also, can we talk about the mirror physics in that episode?
Oh, yeah.
No, just any mirror physics in JoJo. Like, they make it so, like, pointing a mirror at, like, the person who's looking at it just shows the background behind them. Like, in the Alessi fight as well. That mirror should be reflecting Alessi's face. Unless you've forgotten how light works.
No, you're correct.
Honestly, I know it's a bizarre adventure, but come on. Get your mirror physics right, jeez. Alright, let's move on to Death 13. Alright, this is actually one of my favourites. I love its design. It's killing you in a dream ability is pretty epic.
Yes, but what's your opinion on what Kakyoin does?
I think for this episode, he's called Crackyoin, let's be real.
No, at the end of the episode, I mean.
Oh. Suitable punishment for... What was it? Mannish boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I just kind of feel bad for anyone who gets attacked by it and, like, doesn't bring their stand in. Like, how are you meant to know to bring your stand into the dream?
But also, I do have an interesting question. What exactly was he trying to accomplish, by killing them when they're in, out in the open? Because then he definitely wouldn't have the strength to, get to civilization.
I'm sure Lord Dio would come and pick him up because he'd lose the signal from Joseph's and Jotaro's bodies.
No, it's Dio. He'd be done his job. Leave it.
Good point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he is a mannish boy, not a mannish man, so... Not smart.
Yeah, he's definitely not very good at planning ahead.
Alright, you said you like this stand a lot, so we're going to move on to Judgment. Yeah, so it's basically the genie from Aladdin, but it tries to kill you.
Well, I do like how it poses as a benevolent being to start with. And then, it takes a turn for the more confusing with dirt people.
Yeah, can I just say, this stand is a really good example of how I watched it too slowly. Because I did not think it was Judgment after Death 13 at all. I thought Death 13, like, 5 other stands. Judgment. But now it just comes right after Death 13. Even when we were setting up for the video, you kept on reading out the list to me.
Yeah.
And
you kept saying, then is it Death 13?
Yeah, because I was expecting loads of stands before Judgment, but there we are. In terms of... So you like this stand quite a bit.
Yeah, I do. I'm quite a fan of this stand.
I like how Avdol and Polnareff finish off the user. Let's,
Yeah.
Polnareff, let's, do you want to join me in an activity of male bonding?
Or translated, let's piss in this hole.
Yeah, that's... I didn't know that was a form of male bonding.
Neither did I, to be fully honest.
Yeah, well, Yeah, that's an interesting one. But, yeah, in terms of the stand itself, what I don't understand is why, when it brings Polnareff's sister back, no clothes. When it brings Avdol back, clothes. Something's telling me they're trying to attract teenage boys to watch it. I'm not sure what, though.
Why did they do that?
Yeah.
There's no definitely. What reason could they have done that for?
Yeah, it's either that or the stand user is a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, he does bury himself underground with a pipe for oxygen. It's not the best method of hiding yourself. You could just kind of chill in a bush.
Yeah. You could do Vietnam strats. Hiding hiding a tree. No, become the tree.
At least he's dedicated to his craft.
Yeah. Right, shall we move on to High Priestess?
Yeah. This is a good stand too. I like this stand.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Also, I love the cat curing
pole. With a paradox.
What?
Well, now those teeth were harder than diamonds, yet Jotaro broke them. But according to Part 4, diamond is unbreakable.
Oh! Oh my god. That's insane. Also, the cat curing Polnareff handshake.
Yes. One important thing to mention is the scene where on the phone with Suzuki, which is a nice reference to Part 2.
Yeah, you'll notice on the table, it actually zooms in on this, I thought it was just an Easter egg. There's a magazine with Smokey on. And then
and he's the one doing the fundraiser.
Yeah, didn't you say there was she had to pick between two outfits that were similar?
Yeah, she was picking between two outfits, and it's similar to how Suzuki was told to pick between the two outfits for Lisa.
Yeah.
So Part 2.
That's a nice little thing, Easter egg for non-part skippers. I don't know why people part skip though. I've only learned this recently, but apparently people just ditch 1 and 2.
And yeah, I learned that. It is weird.
Yeah, like 2's one of the best. My man Joseph Joestar predicting everyone's moves.
But back to the High Priestess.
Yeah. Its ability to hide as anything essentially mineral is very cool, actually. But I just feel bad for anyone trying to use this stand in the 1600s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have to kill sailors instead.
Using that and in like 1600, you've got a solid selection of stone and armor.
I mean, yeah, alright. Actually, yeah. It's actually scary across all time, but we don't have a stand that can time travel yet, so we won't worry about it.
Well, technically, Bites the Dust can.
Yeah, but not like back.
Yeah.
It's not like going back an hour is suddenly gonna make High Priestess unusable. Wait, what would happen if you just kept on activating Bites the Dust? Would it just...
I'm not sure.
That'd be interesting.
Well, in theory, if you deactivated it from whoever it was on and put it on another person and then activated it, that would take you an hour back.
Yeah. Doesn't it have to have been on the person for an hour though, otherwise it won't work? Because that seems how it seems to be working with Hayato.
Honestly, I don't know.
We'll have this debate in the Part 4 review.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to Tenor Sack.
No. Oh, wait, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Gods Later.
Yeah, we do the Gods Later.
Alright. Hands up if you knew this name, if you knew the name of this stand before I just told you.
Well, I did, but that's because I googled it.
Yeah. No, I don't see any hands up. Yeah, me neither. Basically what this stand does is archways.
It's a bit more than that, it's illusions.
But archways.
I feel like you're looking at the wrong aspects of this power.
Archways. This thing can Minecraft like no one can Minecraft before.
I'm just not gonna.
Alright, yeah, illusions, it does that. But then Iggy kills the person immediately, so we really don't care about this guy.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah. Alright. Cream. Yeah, Gods Later. Cream isn't a god. He should be, but he isn't. Alright.
Cream.
He kills Avdol and Iggy. But he has the coolest stand in Part 3. So I'm very conflicted. What about you?
Well, honestly, his stand is cool, but his personality has been done well, as they've really made a personality you can hate.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a evil person. I try to refrain from the swears. Yeah, he kills a dog, and that's just like, no. Like, he doesn't even kill him with cream. He kicks Iggy to death, and that's just like, bro.
Well, technically, it was, the actual thing that killed him was, Iggy saving Polnareff. That movement caused Iggy's ribcage to collapse.
Yeah, well, what caused Iggy to be in the state where doing that would
I'm not saying it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Very much was.
So he abused the dog, and then Polnareff. I find the way he died funny. Polnareff just nudges him into sunlight, and then dead. Like, he doesn't, like, go all crazy on him with Chariot. He just nudges him into sunlight, and then dead. So I find that a little funny, but I'm so glad he Polnareff actually kills him, because he definitely deserves that. To see, yeah. And feel bad for Avdol. Didn't even get a chance to fight.
Yeah, Avdol didn't get many fights.
Yeah, which is sad, but we'll talk about that when we talk about Avdol. Alright, shall we move on to the 9 glory gods? Alright, this group...
Are we going to do them in order of their number or order of their appearance?
Well, we'll just talk about them and then just pick on them. Okay. I can't remember the order.
Okay.
So we have Mariah, Nidul, Alessi, Darby and Darby, Boingo and Boingo, and Pet Shop.
Knife.
I find it weird.
Don't forget about Knife.
What?
Anubis. Don't forget about Anubis.
Oh yeah, where is it on that picture? He's not on the picture. Anubis is there as well.
No, that's left out.
I find it funny how these are called the 9 glory gods, yet just under half of the group is utterly pathetic. So that's Oingo Boingo, Mariah, and Alessi. All ridiculous. Like, these are meant to be the stands that suggest Egyptian gods. And one of them is magnetism. What?
Alessi's ability, though, is literally child abuse. Like, seriously.
Yeah. And then, I'm sorry, how does being able to change your face represent an Egyptian god, but the ability to stop time doesn't? Or the ability to literally delete any matter at your will? I'm talking about Creed there. Honestly. But then the other 5 are completely overpowered, so it works out. So, we'll talk about them individually now. So we'll start with Mariah Carey.
I do know the order, by the way, if we want to do them in order.
Can we just talk about Mariah Carey first?
Okay.
I must say, I actually like the episodes just because of how funny Joseph is. That face when she does the nuts and bolts thing.
Yeah.
So it is very, So the episodes are good, but also weird, so... Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. They definitely make a lot of, naughty jokes in the episodes,
yes,
don't they? So yeah, don't watch that one with your parents. And don't watch the Alessi fight with your parents either.
Yep.
Who would you say your favourite of this group is?
Favourite of the group, definitely Nidul.
Yeah, either Pet Shop or Nidul for me. Geb is just so good. Oh no, it's Geb and Aqua Necklace also kind of do the same thing.
Although, one thing I do like about Alessi is he does, like, go simple and just pull out a gun.
He's like, I'm not messing around with this. Yeah, I suppose so.
Would have been an interesting alternative ending to
Yeah. Just shoots them.
Crusaders, unless he slowly picks off the Crusaders with a gun.
Then again, I feel like Joseph would have been able to kill him fast enough because it would take ages to de-age Joseph.
Yeah, good point. But then again, it did make that lady into a fetus pretty quickly.
Yeah, but she's only like 20. Joseph is 69. Nice.
Nice.
So I feel like he'd notice and then just kill him with Harmon because he's been able to use Harmon so long. But
yes, but one downside to that would be I don't think he has a way of actually defending against bullets. I mean, I know there is the Harmon hair barrier from part 1, but if it say is from the back of his head,
yeah,
that would probably deal with him.
Good point. Another meme I saw was Alessi using Seth on Queen Elizabeth II for like 20 seconds. It does nothing, and she says, "Thanks, you just de-aged me 60,000 years." The Queen is immortal, okay? Got that? Yeah. What about the Darby brothers?
I like the Darby brothers. Yeah, it's an interesting... well, the Darby brothers stands are kind of what happens with a lot of stands in part 4.
And what's that?
They have unique conditions to activate.
Is that part 4? Yeah, that seems right. Like Bites the Dust and what's it called? It's like Lucio or something. The paper one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it. I vaguely know it's.
It's localized to Enigma, but I can't remember its Japanese name.
Although I'm really curious, how did he find out the fear tell of a gun?
No, I think you can just turn objects into paper, I'm afraid.
I want to know what makes a gun scared.
Yeah, Darby brothers. I like them as well. It's fun to see them, it's not an insane battle, it's literally just, bro, poker now. You want a game of knockoff F-Zero, or what's it called?
F-Mega.
F-Mega, but it's a knockoff of the Captain Falcon game.
Although, in the dub at least, I don't know about the sub, but second Ekin Darby did say something I disagree with.
What did he say?
A video game master is a master at life. Gotta disagree there.
Huh.
I'd say I'm pretty decent at video games, and I don't know a thing about life.
Yeah. No, I don't think he says that in the sub. But yeah, Darby brothers, they're cool. I'd say my favourite is Older, just because I feel like the gambling's a bit more intense than the gaming.
Yeah.
And also, go ahead, Mr. Joestar. That is terrible. That is just awful.
Yep.
What about Oingo and Boingo?
Oingo Boingo.
They are comic relief, to say the least.
Yeah.
Haha, Orange go boom.
Though I do like how Oingo's comics are always accurate.
Yeah, but they can be misinterpreted, and then it's like, ho. It's weird though, because it's been established in JoJo that fate can't really be shifted. So that manga tries to predict the future, but it will always fail. Well,
I don't think that's what it is. You see, they're not shifting fates. Either way, technically, Jotaro would have exploded. It wouldn't have. It would have been.
Is it like a Doctor?
Shifting fates. It's just swapping between two options.
Is it kind of like a Doctor Who time is in flux scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So either way, Jotaro blows up. I see what you're saying.
Or either way, a bullet goes through Jotaro's head.
Yeah, it goes through the paper, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I find it weird, like I said earlier, that one of the Egyptian god stands is, haha, my face is rubber. That's a bit of an odd one. Definitely. I can definitely see where, I think Boingo is the manga one, isn't it?
No, it's Oingo.
Alright, Oingo. That's definitely, yeah, predicting the future with 100% accuracy. Egyptian god. Changing your face, other than the ability to basically break
Wait,
into...
no, you're right, it is Boingo.
Oh, Boingo. Ability to change your face, other than the ability to, like, break into every bank in the world, not really useful.
You could also play some interesting jokes.
Yeah, but that's not going to help you kill someone for a 100-year-old vampire, is it? I wonder if he ever turned his face into Dio and tried to trick one of the stand users.
It'd need Dio's clothing, and I think like Dio's style is very specific.
Yeah. Hey, what about Pet Shop though?
Pet Shop's good.
Yeah, I like the fight. Like, it's Iggy's only fight, like proper. I mean, he does kind of fight Cream, but I'd call that more Polnareff's fight. It is very epic. Pet Shop is one of my favourite stand users. And Horus is a really cool stand, because ice go burr, but ice actually go burr. It is really powerful and
But I believe out of all of the Egyptian gods, we've just got Anubis to talk about now.
We haven't really... I mean, we've kind of touched on Nadul, but not...
Oh yeah, we've got to do Nadul.
Yeah, not completely gone through him. But yeah, Pet Shop, very epic. Also, why choose a bird to guard your house? Who knows, but... Ice. Alright, Nadul. He's your favourite, isn't
Yes,
it?
I am quite a fan of Nadul.
I love that, like, the blind stand user gets closest to killing them except for Cream. Or, well, vanilla ice cream.
You say that, but technically sometimes Cream is blind.
I'm confused.
When he's in his void, he can't see what's going on outside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why does having a disability help you kill people in JoJo? Like Diavolo, multiple personality, it's a disorder, isn't it?
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
But in theory, is it the amount of disabilities, or is it just having one? Because if it's the amount, I'd be really good at killing people in JoJo.
Yeah, I think it depends how debilitating it is. Or it might just be having one, because I don't imagine multiple personality is that disabling, especially if you have control over the other personality like Diavolo does.
I can't throw a ball correctly.
Very dangerous. But yeah, Johnny Joestar, paraplegic. I assume he gets a few kills in part 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think if anyone else with a disability. Can't think.
Are you going off like somebody with a disability or somebody with a disability in JoJo?
JoJo.
Okay. Because I can list people with disabilities.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, apparently having a disability makes you really good at being a stand user. And the fact they can, like, hear the group from, like, 10 kilometres away is also very cool. Like, the fact that he's mastered it that much, you know, when he kills the fly.
Yeah.
I just find it so cool and I don't know if you do, but I imagine you will. Like, the fact that someone can be so good at combat with just hearing.
No, I do agree.
Yeah. Like, it's just because we have sight all the time. Like, I imagine when you're blinded, your other senses are heightened.
Yeah, that's how it works.
But either way, still, very cool. Anyway, we have a pretty epic sword to talk about.
Sword time.
Yeah, ironically, Anubis is completely trash in any JoJo game you'll ever play. But actually one of the strongest stands in the actual show. Like, yes, it would take a while, but this thing could eventually kill Dio if Dio didn't break it.
Yeah, that is its major weakness. It can be just snapped.
Yeah. But, the ability... It's like the Taskmaster in Marvel. Like, obviously he doesn't copy any ability he sees. He just learns it and learns how to block it, but it's a similar idea.
But then, in theory, a solid counter is killing whoever's... or destroying it.
Yeah, but it is, like, a very scary ability. Like, I mean, it does fight Jotaro 3 times, so it's promised that it only ever kills people in 2 fights is kind of wrong, but... Well, I say it fights 3... No, it does fight him 3 times, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jotaro uses an interesting tactics of stubbornness.
Yeah. I think the secret to beating it is just don't give away too many abilities in one fight with it.
Or be random.
I mean, he caught the blade, and apparently that's something that's never happened to Anubis before. Just being caught.
You see, what I want in an Anubis fight is the stand catches the blade and the user just pulls out a Glock and shoots the Anubis whoever's holding the sword.
That is an effective strategy.
It is.
Yeah, that should happen. Alright, shall we move on to characters we actually care about now?
Yeah.
Starting with Jotaro. Alright. Main character. First watch through, hated this guy because of how mean he was to his mother and just mean to everyone. Second watch through, coolest person in JoJo barring Joseph. So...
Other than his attitude on women, he's good.
Yeah. Also, like, why is it a thing that just every woman on the planet likes these guys, but they don't have a girlfriend, and then he gets a wife, has Jolene, and then they break up? Like, come on, bro.
I just think he's not very good at relationships.
I mean, no, he doesn't seem it, does he? His answer seems to be punch it until it's dead, so I imagine that doesn't go down well when you're trying to pay taxes.
That does not combine with a relationship.
Yeah. Also, this would be a good chance to talk about the inconsistent censoring in the sub. So, I don't know why, they never do this again, but Jotaro tends to smoke. If I remember correctly, in the Derby fight, just before strength, they censor his mouth while he's smoking. Now, they don't do this in the dub, do they?
No, but do you mean the Dark Blue Moon fight?
He is smoking when he does that, but they don't do it then. They don't.
Yeah, but just want to clarify, with the audience that it was just an accident. I don't want him to post stupid comments.
Yeah.
Apologies, because that did sound really awkward and like I was being an idiot.
Yeah, it's fine. So he smokes in the before Dark Blue Moon, yes. Don't blur it out then. They don't blur it out when Oingo's forced to do the smoking trick. But they do blur it out on the boat before the strength fight. And the, what did I just say? Darby Older fight. Now, I know they do tend to censor smoking in Japan, that is a thing. But I don't know why they do it so inconsistently. Do you have any idea why they'd, like...
Couldn't tell you.
Is it maybe something to do with, like, recreational? So, smoking for Dark Blue Moon, that smoking trick is kind of a story thing. But he just does it before strength as, like, a thing, and just does it in front of Darby as just a thing. And it's seen as recreational, kind of. That might be it.
Weird.
But anyway, let's actually talk about his character and his stand instead of blabbing on about his smoking habits.
Yeah.
What do you think of Star Platinum?
I like Star Platinum.
Yeah, punchy boy. Very epic. A
good way to describe it is, I will break every bone in your body in 8 seconds.
What? Sorry.
A good way to describe it is, I will break every bone in your body in 8 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like Star Platinum kind of fits Jotaro's attitude. Like, before we understand how Star Platinum works, obviously he calls his mother a female dog multiple times, and we hear that he's, like, beaten up a load of guys and stuff like that. So once we finally learn what Star Platinum does, it fits him completely.
It commits the hurt.
Yeah. About it being the strongest stand in existence, though, like, of course a Joestar has it, but I feel like it's too strong, in a sense, like, obviously not before it knows how to time stop. But I'm pretty sure the only stand that would, like there are, like, 2 stands after Dio's killed that could even have a chance of beating it. Except for Made in Heaven, but... Shh. I'd say King Crimson and then Killer Queen Bites Sedusto are the only stands, and Golden Explorer Requiem.
I'd say there's a few that could. I mean, apparently Rat is one of them.
Yeah.
Raped.
Yeah, but generally, if he knows his opponent before going into the fight, he's going to win. So I don't know if they gave him too strong a stand. But then again, he does just have the star on the back of his neck, so that means he wins every fight he's in, so... it doesn't matter what stand he has. He could have Emperor and win every fight he's in.
Who would win? Star Platinum or a minefield?
Good question. Maybe you just Starfinger everything.
Yeah.
Or a barrage and then blow himself up.
The suicide tactic.
Yeah. In terms of his, like, arc in the story, he doesn't really have an arc, he just stays the same. But he kind of shows that he cares about people more as we go along, but still keeps that cool attitude across the series. I don't know if you agree with that, but that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's nothing else really to say about him. Aura. Alright, shall we talk about the 69-year-old?
Well, old Joestar.
Yeah. Do you like this one more than Young?
No.
Okay, yeah. I see them as two different characters. I think he's changed so much that he should be two different characters. Like, obviously they're the same person, but I don't look at old Joseph and immediately think, oh, that's the guy that killed Cars and had Caesar die. Like, I see the old one and never think of Caesar. I see the young one and then, oh, Caesar, but never think of, like, Dio or anything.
You see, just due to memes among the community, now whenever I see the old one, I just think of Caesar.
Okay. But I don't look at JoJo memes as much as you do, so generally, like, they've changed so much, they are different characters in my eyes. He's kind of like the group leader. He's like the veteran. He's killed the Pillar Men. Also, we're going to talk about the fact that he was 19 in part 2. Because I didn't know that until he was talking about his prosthetic hand and said he lost it in a battle 50 years ago. So he wasn't even like 20-something, he was 19 in part 2. Which is surprising. Okay. I'd say that's surprisingly young.
Same age as Jonathan was.
Really? Oh, God. What is it with these guys and dying young?
Well, you know, Joseph Joestar is still yet to ever die.
He attended his own funeral, come on.
He's never gonna die, we know this.
Yeah. I mean,
he's up there with Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. I wonder who's older. As we touched on earlier, bit ironic that he's the only one that doesn't get a combat stand. But also the fact that he kind of has to sit as a side character, I think actually does good for him. If he took the spotlight, I'm not sure if it would be a bit... It just feels right, him having Hermit Purple, rather than... Like, I can't see him with something similar to Star Platinum or Crazy Diamond or whatever. I think that kind of side role where he's the leader and the mentor but doesn't actually battle that often is a good role for him after already having his part. Then obviously he has his little cameo role in part 4, which is also quite nice.
And is confirmed to be alive in part 6. So.
Yeah. He only gets one fight, which is with Empress. Which we said earlier, he does the thing, so...
Yeah.
That's pretty epic.
It is pretty epic.
I wouldn't say he had a fight with Dio, because they... Other than the knife, they never really actually punch each other. It's just kind of like... I can't say it. You know when he runs away? I don't know what he says.
Oh, it's... One sec, let me collect my voice. It's, Nigarundayo.
Nigarundayo! That's just the entire Joseph versus Dio fight. So, yeah. That's that.
Yep.
He's still smart, actually. Like, obviously he's still, 69-year-old still fighting. That's impressive to start with. But the fact that his brain's kept together and he's still as strategic as he was with the added experience of being a 69-year-old.
And he's as intelligent as he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about with the strategy and that. Yeah, his mind. Yeah, so he's intelligent as. Yeah.
When I say intelligent line, I mean his kind of sometimes he's intelligent, sometimes.
Yeah.
He's not.
Also, can we talk about the irony when he says to Jotaro, "Don't call your mother a blank," but in the Hellclimb Pillar episode, he calls Lisa the same thing.
Ah, yes, the planet.
Honestly. Cannot believe this guy. Alright, shall we talk about Avdol now?
Avdol.
So, unfortunately, part 3, heavily goes in the trend of the black guy dies first, enough to make Avdol die twice first. If you get what I'm saying. Not very... I mean, I'm laughing at it, but that's kind of racist. But it is just a movie stereotype at the same time.
Yeah.
But this is where we talk about him somehow moving faster than a bullet, so...
Yeah, how does he do that?
I don't know, power of friendship. My Little Pony noises.
Yeah, but Polnareff should have been liquefied on contact.
It's a bizarre adventure, okay? Araki probably named it. It was first called JoJo's Adventure, but then put Bizarre in as a safeguard for weird stuff like that.
No, somebody just read the manuscript and was like, what?
They were like, oh sorry, I missed Bizarre in the title. My apologies.
Yeah.
So Avdol was meant to act as like the introduction to stands, if anything. Like he's the guy who's like, "Hey Avdol, have you heard of this one?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, very dangerous." And then they get beaten in one episode, but anyway. Magician's Red is actually a surprisingly cool stand, and that's shown in the fight with Silver Chariot.
Fire.
Yeah, fire. So he does like he sends a flame underground. Very cool. It's a shame he only gets 3 fights. What did we establish? So Chariot. Chariot. He didn't really fight Emperor, did it?
Does the duel count?
I mean, he was kind of involved with that.
Yeah, I think the duel counts, which does give him 3.
Okay, so we've got Chariot, Judgment, Geb. We don't really count Cream because he just kind of got stabbed in the back.
He didn't even summon his stand, so...
Yeah, that doesn't count. Am I missing any?
No, I don't think we are.
No, okay, so he doesn't fight very often. He fights more than Iggy, but Iggy's just there to kind of annoy Polnareff and make us all laugh, so... and then make us all cry, but anyway. It's a shame, really. Like, we see in just the fight with Chariot how cool and powerful his stand is, and some of its inabilities. It's a shame we don't see that more often. And then he just kind of gets shot and stabbed in the back. So then he's just disappeared. Then he just disappears.
Evaporated.
That's later then. I'm on about like.
Oh, okay.
His break, like. It's like a shame. It's annoying when like they say these are the main characters, but then they disappear. Then they disappear for half of the series. He is still part of the group, but he didn't get much screen time. I wish he got that. They should, you know what? They should stop Rohan OVAs. I want some Avdol OVAs.
Just just like an OVA of Avdol being a farmer temporarily.
Yeah, that. Would you say like where does he rank in the group of main characters for you?
He's a good character, but he's not my favourite. Sorry about the yawn. I am really tired. He's not my favourite.
Yeah, no, he does kind of just have a backseat role. And, I just really wish he got more screen time.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we just do Stardust Crusaders, but Joseph and Avdol don't recruit Jotaro and the others?
Well, I don't think that'd kind of work out, considering they spend like the whole thing just trying to figure out where Dio is because they needed Star Platinum to.
Alright, can we do Stardust Crusaders, but Kakyoin and Polnareff don't get involved? And then Avdol will get some more screen time. Oh, it would be so cool if they did like an Avdol OVA where he did stand fights before he met Joseph.
Beat some people up.
Or when he catches Iggy, because we kind of only seen that in a PowerPoint style. Rather than... Yeah. What about our boy Kakyoin, though? With his epic game of shades.
Kakyoin.
Famous for the line, "No one can just deflect the Emerald Splash." Like, people say that's mistranslation, but that is just superb translation. That is the best translation ever. And has led to many a meme.
It has.
Yeah, he kind of just isn't there for the entire of Egypt, which is annoying, but he's there for the start. It's like him and Avdol trade places.
Yeah.
He's also the first villain. Kind of. And how he doesn't die from that fight.
Yeah, he really should be dead.
Don't worry, Dio sorts it out later. Yeah, I feel bad for him when he dies, though, because he kind of just didn't stand a chance. He never really fought Dio. And also, no one can just deflect the Emerald Splash, and then Dio laughs in deflecting the Emerald Splash.
Everybody deflects the Emerald Splash.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him. That's for the dumb anyway. And the subby says no one can shrug off the Emerald Splash. And then Dio laughs in shrugging off the Emerald Splash. Hierophant Green is a cool stand, actually. I like its whole unravelling thing.
Yeah.
It's like Harvest, only it's like Stone Free. So it can be solid, but string.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
There's very clearly something we've missed here.
What have we missed?
Dio.
Oh no, we'll sort Dio out in a minute.
Okay.
We've got two people to talk about before Dio. He was flesh-budded. He was like flesh-budded. Is that what you'd say?
Who?
Kakyoin.
Yeah, he was.
Flesh-budded.
He had a flesh bud.
And then he decides, you know what, I'm gonna kill Dio because Jotaro's mum's nice, but also I want to overcome my fears. And then he doesn't really die in fear. He also figures out Zawoldo's power. So, good job him. He's very smart. Now, what are some significant fights he has?
Tower of Grey.
Yeah, so he kills Tower of Grey, which is shown to be faster than Star Platinum.
Death 13.
That I say that one's more down to... It's kind of half strategy, half luck, because it was luck that he got knocked out while Hierophant was out. But it was strategy in the way he killed it, but that was still, a good fight. And definitely showed his strength. Is there anyone else he fought? He tried to beat Darby Younger. Which also, my man is a proper gamer. I can appreciate that. I think we both can. The fact they can play F Mega so perfectly, I don't know where he gets the time. Then again, I imagine it's kind of like Mario Kart. If you pick up drifting, it's a breeze.
Well, there's the concept of using your stand to mash buttons.
Yeah, that tornado attack thing that you do in the game. That's quite interesting. Also, he's the one who first figures out that Arabia Fats is a comedian. That's the Sun's user. Overall, I'd say he's very smart. His stand's powerful. And he's a good character, he's likeable. And
yeah.
Like, when he is evil, he's not even terrible then. You still kind of like him. Like, obviously you don't like him because he's killing someone, but...
Mild inconvenience.
Yeah, he's a mild inconvenience. Alright, shall we talk about the French? Alright, Jean-Pierre Polnareff. When I first watched Stardust Crusaders, I was so mad that Avdol and Iggy died for Polnareff. But now I'm fine with it. Polnareff's pretty epic.
Yeah.
What's his obsession with toilets, though? Like, why does he... Like, menacing toilets? It's just like, honestly.
Honestly, I think he's just had a bad time.
Yeah. Also, he's the one that gets beaten up by Iggy all the time. Feels bad.
Yeah. He gets beaten up by a lot of people.
But he also has some... Like, his fight with the Hanged Man is cool. Who else does he... Cream. That fight's cool. Ebony Devil. Who else? I mean, his fight with Avdol was very epic.
It was.
Who else does he kill? Who else does he kill?
I don't know.
Hang on, I'm just going through it in my brain. Doesn't kill strength. It doesn't kill Wheel of Fortune. Kill the love. Wait, does Kakyoin kill the lovers, or does Polnareff kill the lovers?
I think they could be both credited on that kill.
Yeah. No one kills Whole Horse, so.
Whole Horse nearly kills Whole Horse.
Yeah. But he's got a good caliber of kills.
Couldn't even do that.
He killed Judgment. Kind of. But yeah, Jotaro has most of the kills, but it's his part. We'll let him have some. He has got a good caliber of kills. Silver Chariot is a very cool stand with the whole armor off thing. Oh, Anubis. He fights Anubis.
Oh yeah, Anubis.
Yeah. Also, I like the fact that Silver Chariot is a secret ability that he hasn't shown anyone. Like, instead of choosing the whole armor off thing to keep a secret, he chooses, haha, sword go shoot. There's the secret. I feel like super speed would be a better secret.
Well, no, I think the sword is the better secret because it's a last resort.
Yeah, I suppose so. But then again, with how slow it seems to move, even if he was having to fight Jotaro, I imagine Star Platinum would just catch it. But still, his stand's great. I like his whole comic relief style character.
Yeah.
That's, if they're like, before Iggy shows up, he is, like, the comical character. Always trying to make us laugh anyway, but it's JoJo, it's got to be serious. He's probably the one who grieves the most from deaths across this part. He witnesses both of Avdol's deaths and watches Iggy die. But also, sometimes he just seems a bit ridiculous and pathetic. Obviously he's not when you make him angry.
Yeah.
That just doesn't end well. But in the Dio fight, he actually saves Jotaro's life, doesn't he?
He does.
This was your counter argument. Yeah, this was your counter argument when I was under the impression that Polnareff shouldn't have been saved.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he wasn't saved.
Yeah. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, alright, let's talk about Doggo. Alright, this is Iggy. Iggy likes coffee-flavoured chewing gum.
Yep, bit weird, but...
And is apparently capable of human thought.
And according to the sub, speaking Japanese.
Yeah, he can't speak clear Japanese. His only fight is with Pet Shop and with Cream, but again, they don't really trade punches in the Cream fight. That's more Polnareff's thing.
Yeah.
His fight with Pet Shop is amazing.
I do like how he sacrifices Paw.
Yeah, he's like, and then he's three-legged Doggo. Very sad. But yeah, the fight with Pet Shop, very epic. I like that Pet Shop just keeps on like, so Iggy's like, I escaped, and then Pet Shop's like, surprise. That's always a good thing in the fight. Then also, I like that he's capable of actual battle strategy and intelligent thought, like he closes Pet Shop's beak when he's about to kill him.
Yeah, I do like that move.
Yeah, he like uses the air pressure to blast himself into Pet Shop, and it's like, ooh, this Doggo's smart. Also, like, can we talk about the difference in animation from the Nadal fight to the Pet Shop fight?
It is so different.
Yeah, it is like, what are the... Alright, you're better at dogs than I am. Do you know what type of dog Iggy is?
Alright, one sec, let me just... God, my head.
I imagine the yellow ears are inaccurate, but I think you'd be able to tell from the rest of him. Quite.
I can't come up with it off the top of my head, but I do have this magical tool called Google.
I mean, what it might be is they were trying to make him look like the type of dog he's meant to be in the Nadal fight, decided to scrap that and made him look more human. Like, this is the Cats movie, but it actually works.
Boston Terrier.
Alright, do they look more like Iggy does in the Pet Shop fight or the Nadal fight?
A Boston Terrier, I will get up an accurate photo and just have a look at a comparison.
We need to know this. This is, like, really important information, clearly.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Just check the two. Okay. Yet the Nadal fight is actually more accurate.
Yeah. So. So they're probably trying to get it accurate, and the Nadal fight decided it looked terrible, and then changed it. I'm glad they changed it, though. I prefer how Iggy looks upon death compared to when they first introduced him. Obviously his death's very sad because he's a doggo, and we care more about doggos than actual humans. Obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
Not particularly.
Alright, now we're talking about Dio. There he is, the main villain of Part 3. One of the best villains in JoJo, I'd say. Because he gives us...
We just kind of have a cheating advantage of it, as he's got 2 seasons to do that in.
Yeah, well...
Technically 3 if you count the separation with Battle in Egypt and Stardust Crusade.
Well... Yeah, I don't know, but he gives us the gold of the internet, which is memes.
Yeah.
Does a Cornodiuna or Zawaldo ring any bells? And I would say, oh, you're approaching me, but I don't know the Japanese for that.
Yeah.
This guy, as well as memes, like, do you like his more backseat role in Part 3?
Yes, I do, and I also like how he's used in the fight, because it is kind of like his personality. He likes to toy with his food.
Yeah. Also, Rhoda Rollard. How could I forget that? I think the fight is very cool. He and unfortunately Donuts Kakyoin, the first of many donuts to come. Also, why did they just decide to start donutting in Part 3?
I don't know.
I suppose it's harder to do it in Part 1 and 2 because you need brute force rather than just haha stand go burr. But we learn how scary his ability is, stop time. And we're like, oh god, oh no. And then Jotaro's just same type of standard Star Platinum, bro. But it's a very epic fight with Jotaro stopping his heart and Dio getting his leg chopped off and just hey, woman, grab leg. Just so casually, I find that a bit funny.
Please retrieve a leg.
Yeah, yo, bro, can you just grab my leg, please? Yeah, cheers. Also, the fact he almost loses, that doesn't seem very Dio. It's it's normally, he just gets absolutely destroyed in one move rather than kind of waiting.
Yeah.
So the fact that he gets tricked in time stuff and whatever, but also what's his obsession with knives?
Well, no, it is a clever idea. It's a way of attacking someone without getting in the range of a close range stand.
Yeah, good point. But where did he get them all from?
Obviously from his pocket knife collection, like any normal human being has.
Oh yeah, just casual 500 knives.
You don't have a pocket knife collection?
No. I have an AK-47 collection.
Oh
no. Also, funnily enough, actually, so, we've talked about Dio's voice actor being a monkey in Attack on Titan. But he also plays 2 villains in Yu-Gi-Oh! And one villain uses a magic card called 1,000 Knives. And it's just wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What's making me think Araki is a time traveller from the future, watches all this Yu-Gi-Oh! And Attack on Titan, comes back, writes Part 3, and then casts the voice actor of Dio to do it.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me with the stuff of his rights.
Yeah. Also, do you like the design of Zawaldo?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's quite you'd imagine it would be if describing it to someone, it probably sounds quite goofy, but when you look at it, it is really cool and actually looks kind of strong.
Although in the game Eyes of Heaven, when you pick Dio with the world, the way it spawns is absolutely ridiculous.
I haven't seen this. Describe it to me.
It just looks like it's T-posing over Dio.
That's how you meant to do it, isn't it? That's how JoJo works. You just T-pose over your opponent and win. Also, what do you think to Dio's woman collection? He goes from splitting animals in half and putting them together in different ways to woman collection.
Yeah, is weird and wrong.
Yeah, very wrong. Maybe I didn't think Dio would be the kind of person to be happy that he didn't get any action for 100 years. I thought he'd just come back, conquer the world, not get a woman collection.
But generally, what does Dio do that isn't wrong?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't kill a whole horse, but that's wrong. He's supposed to kill whole horse. Never mind.
Yeah.
Does Dio do anything right? No.
Not as far as I know.
Yeah. Also, but actually, no, he does. His outfits.
Oh, yeah.
His outfits are pretty epic. And by outfits, I mean outfit.
When, Star Platinum gets a significant hit off on Dio's brain, it's seen that the heart shape is embedded into his skull.
I think it is, actually. I saw an X-ray, like someone do an X-ray of Dio, and that heart thing was just there. So it probably is. I mean, he's a vampire, he wouldn't care. He just wants to look cool while he kills people. Honestly, is he up there on the JoJo villains for you?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. We all love Dio. We love to hate Dio.
I mean, he has fangs entirely for aesthetics.
Yeah. Like, what do you think about him just abandoning vampire powers?
It's just like... Yeah, I don't really like that because, it does kind of feel a bit cheap.
Yeah, I mean, instead of using knives, he just could have stopped time and then I-beams go burr.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he didn't do that, but we have talked about this before, and he is kind of arrogant and cocky.
He is.
Like if he was like Jotaro and just kept that cool persona, he would have won that fight easily. Because he'd use his brain and then think, oh wait, I can shoot lasers out of my eyes. Why do I need to use knives that you can easily block? Laser beam. Because I imagine the laser would go right through Star Platinum, wouldn't it? So...
Pardon?
I imagine, like, the laser would go straight... If Star Platinum just, like, did what Jonathan did and put its arms up, it would just go right through him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Dio's downfall is the fact that he's arrogant, but also I like that that's his downfall.
Yeah.
It shows that, like, Jotaro and Dio are actually surprisingly similar in terms of intelligence and battle strategy and stuff. But Dio's arrogance is what kills him, and I think that's appropriate.
Not Dio without the arrogance.
Yeah. Alright, shall we talk about old Suzy Q? Now, we've got two side characters. We've got old Suzy Q and Anne. So we can do quick little segments on them.
Yep.
Alright, let's do that. So, I have had to use the the young picture of Suzy Q just because I couldn't find one of the old. But she's surprisingly calm about Holly, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh wait, we did say we were going to talk about Holly, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, think we can do it in the side character bit.
Yeah, I know. I just haven't put the picture on Streamlabs. Just carry on talking about Susie Q while I do this quickly.
Okay, so with Susie Q, she is quite understanding of Holly's condition, and I think that's because the turmoil she's faced with the Pillar Men and being possessed by the brain of AC/DC.
Yeah, that
was a bit weird. That would probably give you, permanent mental scars, that kind of thing. I also appreciate the fact that she owns, I think it was a tortoise, because it...
Yeah. Something's telling me they're pulling a Pixar, and they put a teaser for later parts in each earlier part. And
but who doesn't like a tortoise?
Yeah, I know, but Mr. President. Also, there's not much on her, is she? Because she's quite a side character. She's kind of just, like you said, really understanding of what Holly's going through. Obviously, she's really strong in that moment because her daughter is 4 days from death. And she's still just sat there just sat there, not crying or anything.
Yeah.
I like how ridiculous she is with the Japanese man and trying to be a tourist. That little scene was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that is what was JoJo things like. Alright, shall we talk about Anne?
Yeah.
Alright, this is the runaway girl from Singapore. She kind of just shows up. I think she kind of grants that perspective of someone who isn't a stand user. Seeing these stand fights, but we don't get much of that perspective.
Honestly, it is really confusing just thinking about how it must look.
Yeah, I wish they gave us more scenes where it's like just one comedy scene where it was halfway through a stand battle, and then Anne's there, and we just see what it looks like from her perspective.
It's two people posing each other, gaining injuries.
Yeah, just watching the Kakyoin Dio fight from a non-stand user perspective. I mean, that wouldn't look much different to how we see it, but still. That'd be quite interesting. Or just, seeing Jotaro and Dio flying around Cairo.
God, that must have been quite the sight.
Yeah. But anyway, Anne, she kind of falls for Jotaro at the end, which,
bit weird.
Yeah, didn't need to add that in. Unless, do you know who, no, too young. Never mind, I'll shut up. I was going to say, do you know who Jotaro's wife is, but she's 10.
Yeah.
So he'd be 30-something when she's old enough to appropriately marry. Obviously, you can marry when you're 18, can't you? But
from a legal standpoint, you can marry when you're 16 as long as you have your parents' permission.
Oh, is that how that works? I don't do relationship laws because the odds of me getting a girlfriend are just below 0, so I don't bother.
I'm just oddly familiar with random aspects of the legal system.
Obviously, you need to know this stuff to do things, don't you? Anyway, anything else on Anne? She kind of disappears for 2 episodes and then reappears.
Yeah.
Which is strange. it's fun to see her back. It's like, hey, it's that person.
Though it is a shame that they haven't, that in part 4 and 5 they don't have the random not on stand user child, or because in parts 1 they had in part 1 they had Poco, part 2 was Smokey.
Yeah. They need a.
Part 3 they had Anne.
I mean, in part 4, the first 2 episodes, it's Koichi, but
then Koichi achieves stand.
Yeah. I was going to talk about the part 4 intro, but we'll do that in the part 4 review. I'm trying to think. Part 5, they just don't. Nothing else really on Anne. Let's talk about Holly now. Then we'll wrap up the video. Alright, this is Jotaro's mother. She's the whole reason they go and kill Dio as fast as they do. Because she's also a Joestar, but is apparently not mentally strong. I'm not sure exactly what is meant by that, because she seems mentally strong.
I think it's because she doesn't seem like the kind of person to fight.
Yeah, it's more fighting spirit rather than mental strength, isn't it? But anyway, her stand goes her stand goes crazy and starts killing her, which is good job, stand. Well done.
Pretty much what an allergic reaction is.
Yeah, and so they have to kill Dio because that will somehow suppress the stand. I still don't understand how that will do that, because the stand will still be there.
Yeah, the stand will still be there, but the reason it's activating like that is because of Dio. If the signal stops, it will resume a dormant state.
But Star Platinum and Hermit Purple don't,
No, our Platinum and Hermit Purple have been, fully under control. Oh, they are, and pretty much, Holly stand isn't under her control in any way. So if the signal was to stop, it would have nothing to control it, and it would just go dormant.
So why doesn't Crazy Diamond do that?
Because Josuke manages to, get through and gets it stand. That's literally what happens.
Yeah, but he suffers the same illness and would have died, which means he couldn't control it. I just need a full essay on how this works so I can understand it, because I feel like...
I think some of the motivation might have come from the guy who helped.
Yeah, maybe. He might have just gained control of it before Dio actually died. But we don't get told that. We should make JoJo Theory videos, try and explain this kind of stuff. Anything else to say about Holly?
Not particularly.
I mean, I like that she, tries to annoy Joseph with her Japanese name. I can't even remember what that is, can you?
Neither can I.
Do they even say it in the dub? Because
they do.
Also, what's it like in the dub where it's the police officer's your Japanese is amazing?
Yeah, they just say that.
What?
In English.
Oh my god. Logic. Yeah, but then again, if they would say your English is amazing, they'd have to set the entire thing in England in the dub, so we'll not bother. I think that's it, really. Alright, tier list ranking. I'm thinking A tier.
Yeah, I'd give it A tier.
Yeah, alright, A tier. That is the fourth thing going on the tier list. Anyway, we hope you guys...
make a proper tier list.
Yeah, I do need to do that at some point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry this wasn't, a proper, energetic, I don't know if you felt this, but this felt a bit dormant of a review. Basically, I'm ill, you're tired, so that wasn't a good combination.
We both feel like we're dying.
Yeah, but we have to get this video out because I couldn't keep this bottled up for another week. So, yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to be alerted when the Part 4 review comes out. That will also be done with Heresy Alarma. That will hopefully be next week if we can binge fast enough. Make sure you leave a like to let me know you are actually enjoying these reviews. I'm enjoying making them. But also, expect some gameplay content soon. And in fact, either yesterday or today, depends on how quickly I can edit this video, there is a video going up on the Heretic Gamer channel, which is our joint channel. We started a scrap mechanic survival, so I'll link the Heretic Gamer in the description.
Still need to fix that car.
Yeah, we need to fix that car. You'll understand if you watch all the way to the end of the video. Ha, got ya. I'll link Heresy Alarma's Twitch, my Twitch. Make sure you go check those out. On my Twitch, I do speedrunning content mainly. You haven't streamed in a while, but you said you're gonna start soon. Do you do variety content on your stream?
I'm gonna start after Christmas.
Yeah, do you do variety content mainly?
Yeah, I do random stuff.
Yeah, random stuff, so make sure you go check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys... Oh, wait, no. Have a great Christmas. I forgot, this live will be going up on the day before, or on Christmas Eve. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.